friends among the officials, former officials. I wouldn't mention all the partners that are present here, but let me read in very few words President Kikwete, Prime Minister Pinda, other officials present here, some members of the diplomatic corps, the High Commissioner of India, very welcome. Also, Marcel who is the former ambassador of France to Tanzania. Welcome to you all. And of course, you know why we are here today. We are here to celebrate a reward which is the highest in France and probably the highest in the world, and one of the oldest also in the world. We talk about the Legion of Honor that we dedicate to merit for French citizens, but also citizens from other nations that have made, not with their birth, not with their origin, not with their color, not with their fortune, not with their money, but just for their merit. Something that they are worth to be reminded for. This award, the Legion of Honor, the highest in France, was created by Napoleon Bonaparte back 220 years ago. It was in 1802, just years after the French Revolution, has removed all the old distinctions that were created by the royal rule founded on birth and origins. Napoleon Bonaparte himself, a very small, not very tall man, not very, very noble aristocratic origins officer, military, created this order to recognize the merit of civilians and military of all nations that bring a contribution. That's why we are here tonight. And here we have the honor to have in this room several friends, several partners that have already received this reward of Legion of Honor in the past. I wouldn't mention them, but let me tell you that many of them are present here among us, and congratulations again for them. But today, it's a reward that we are going to give to Jitesh Ladwa, our friend, your fellow citizen, Tanzania, who has a brilliant career. He was born, of course, in Tanzania, fortunately a few years ago, Jitesh. Spent some years studying economics in the United States and then back to Tanzania, building partnerships, businesses, creating groups, standing against all the problems that we can face when we start businesses, and in the meantime, being focal point for the partnerships with foreign countries, among them France, but also other partners, and becoming progressively one of the major leaders in this country for its sake, for its good, and also for the partnership that we used to build with him. So today's award is an acknowledgement, it's a recognition of his personal merit, probably also the merit of the whole family that is here represented today. I will leave the floor for them later to say a few words. And to say also that these partnerships that we managed to build in this country with Jitesh Ladwa, with many friends like Jitesh Ladwa, are now encompassing the visits that you see in the screens. 10 days ago, it was in Sami Hassan, it was in Paris. It was historical visit, very successful. You saw the documents we managed to sign in Paris, the meeting with Emmanuel Macron, our president, and the level of trust that we have reached now between our two countries. This level of trust, this partnership, is built on women and men like Jitesh Ladwa. So please, applause for Jitesh Ladwa and all of his people. Now, I'm going to put this reward on the shoulder of our friend Jitesh. I'm going to be careful to not create any incident, so let's do it very smoothly. But I will pronounce two sentences in French, and these two sentences in French mean that in the name of the President of France, and thanks to the powers that my position as a representative of the President of the French Republic here in Tanzania provides me, I nominate Jitesh Ladwa as Chevalier in the Légion of Honor. Okay? Thank you.
Jitesh Ladwa, au nom du Président de la République, et selon les pouvoirs qui me sont conférés, je vous nomme Chevalier de l'ordre de la Légion de France.
Your Excellency, Jakaya Kikwete, former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Your Excellency Nabil Hajlaoui, the Ambassador of France to Tanzania, Honorable Mizengo Pinda, the former Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, distinguished guests, family members, and friends. Thank you for being here today. It is a great honor and humility that I receive this prestigious award, Medal of Légion d'Honneur, Order of Merit Chevalier from the President of the Republic of France. I would like to thank my mother, Jitesh Ladwa, who has traveled all the way from the United Kingdom to be here today despite her ill health and medical challenges. I'd like to thank my Ladwa and family and my friends Marcel and Sundararajan and Yusuf, who traveled on 2 days' notice from Ethiopia, India, and France to be here as well. Thank you so much. So I was asked why I was given this award. To be honest, I don't know. The answer is somebody selected me, and there's a process run by the French government of a whole year after which you are awarded this. But I can say I'm very happy to have received this award and recognition. On a serious note, I think this is a recognition of both the work done by myself and French counterparts, as well as strong and increased cooperation between Tanzania and France over the last decade. The recent successful visit by the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Her Excellency Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan, to France shows strong partnerships between the two countries. Today, France is playing a major role in Tanzanian investment, security cooperation, economic development, with major efforts and projects all over Tanzania. A bit of history. My father, Emmanuel Macron, and my mother, Sushila Ladwa, came from very humble backgrounds in the 1960s to become a powerful business team together. They built various companies in the country. They were part of the Mtera and Kidatu hydro dam projects. They were being transmission lines for TANESCO. They built defense facilities, and they also built the Kilimanjaro airport hangar. Our mother was one of the first Tanzanian feminists, also one of the first women to drive a car in Tanzania, and against the sentiments and ceilings for women at the time. Our father supported her work and her equally important work in his work. I owe them immensely for the education, both at school and at home. I learned from them to be upright, to be law-abiding, and to work with conviction and determination. Many people, apart from my parents, have taught me important lessons on work ethics, the need to be morally sound, and to be humble all the time. I can mention my two sisters, Ashna and Jitesh Ladwa, my brother-in-law, Chande, my uncle and aunt Kishore and Monica Chauhan, my colleagues, Michael Luongo, my mentors, I will mention a few, are Rakesh Nangia from the World Bank, P.B. Sundararajan, who's visiting from India, to Swift, my colleague Ifegenia Salazar, Afra, Divyesh Divecha, Carol, and Thiel. These are people who I work with and support me in my. I would like to give a special mention to Marcel Ascure for his great role in why I'm getting the award today. My special appreciation is to His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete. Without his faith and guidance, I would not be here today. Lastly, and most importantly, I must mention my personal and business partner, Derka Rubin. Her high values, standards, and ambition have been an inspiration for me to be here today. There are many others I cannot mention by name today, but knowingly or unknowingly, they have brought me to this place today. I appreciate deeply their roles in my life. I would like to talk a bit about Tanzania and what I've learned from this experience. Today, Tanzania is a rising nation of young people with vast opportunity. One thing is certain, Tanzanians from all walks of life are moving this country forward with their hard work and in a very tough and challenging environment. But the moral and social fabric of Tanzania has created a nation of educated, aware, peaceful people who are taking advantage of the great economic opportunities created by natural resources and the government of Tanzania. I'm amazed when I meet young Tanzanians who face so many more challenges in education, health, and work and business, yet every day they move the country forward. My own experience shows that the main challenge to any Tanzanians, young or old, man or woman, from any walk of life, is access to capital. Whether it is access to land or money, we have a big problem with access to capital in this country. And it is very difficult to grow without capital. Due to the limited financing available and the risks of venture capital, it is important for the government to intervene and provide the instruments that will allow young Tanzanians to rise and be part of their economic miracle. There is no country in the world that can grow without its own population getting richer and their own citizens being made part of the economy. I often hear at conferences and forums about the importance of foreign direct investment. While I believe there is a place for foreign direct investment, I believe that domestic investment by Tanzanians is more sustainable in the long term, and it is what Tanzania needs in order to grow to a first world country. Domestic direct investment by Tanzanians is and will be the main driver of success. If you drive today from Serena Hotel to Tegeta, 25 kilometers of either side is all investment by Tanzanians. Over $5 billion and 300,000 people are employed by Tanzanians just on that one road. So, if I was allowed to give one single message today, it would be that domestic investment is the main and important driver of Tanzania. I would like to mention a few business people who I started the journey with, who have grown like me over the last 2 decades. And they also embody the spirit of being committed and being determined to grow with the country. I would like to mention Jitesh Ladwa and his family, Sanjay Rugani, who is the managing director of Standard Chartered, Joseph Kusaga, whom me and him used to be DJs together when we were 18 or 20 years old, Adan Yimbo, who studied in school with me, Satina Majengo, who is the executive director of the CEO's Roundtable, and of course Mohammed Devji, who all of you know is a very famous and successful person. Are the few people who come to my mind who all started the journey with more humble beginnings, and today they are part of the transformation of our country. I would urge the government of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, which has already made great strides in domestic and foreign investment and environment and the mood in the country, to consider access to capital to Tanzanians to be the keystone of their policy. And access to your government, meaning the ability for any Tanzanians to access a minister or a permanent secretary It's very important for us to move forward this country and to make Tanzania rich. At the end, I would like to say thank you to His Excellency Nabil Hajlaoui and his wife, Amna, for being kind hosts for this event, and officials of the French Embassy, especially Valerie and Iku, who have been coordinating this event day and night with us. I would like to thank the President of the United Kingdom of France, and the Government of France for the Légion d'Honneur Award. I would like to thank the Government of President Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan for creating an environment where individuals like me can be successful and can do this. So thank you very much, and thank you everybody for coming today.
Thank you, dear Jitesh, for these very good words and lots of confidence for the future also of this country, and you are all optimistic about it, of course. So after having heard these words from the Chevalier of the Légion d'Honneur, Mr. Jitesh Ladwa, please, Alka, the sister of Jitesh, will say a few words, so please, Alka.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming and sharing in our joy today as we celebrate monumental accomplishment of my brother Jitesh Ladwa. I would like to thank His Excellency Ambassador Hajlaoui, his gracious wife, and the Embassy of France for this event, awarding Jitesh the Medal of Légion of Honor. Jitesh and I grew up here in Dar es Salaam, seeing our parents work tirelessly to turn their dreams into a reality. We had strong role models and mentors in our mother, Mrs. Jitesh Ladwa, who has joined us here today, and our father, late Mr. J.W. Ladwa, who we miss very dearly. Our father was a true visionary and left us enormous shoes to fill, but Jitesh has relentlessly pursued his goals and not only achieved his own personal success, but has worked for the advancement and development of Tanzania. We are all incredibly proud of Jitesh and his achievements. He has always dreamed big and taken risks, and using his talent, drive, passion, charm to forge his way to the top of the business world. It is an immense honor to be recognized by the government of France for the work he has done. It has been a pleasure and privilege for me to watch Jitesh create his own legacy and blaze a trail and open doors for the future generations of Tanzanians. We look forward to seeing him continue his work and help strengthen the special relationship between France and Tanzania in the coming years. Thank you all once again for being here and making this event very special for all of us and my brother. Have a good week.
Excellency, Ambassador Nabil, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I'm very glad to be here today with all of you to pay tribute to Jitesh Ladwa as a great businessman, a great developer, a great Tanzanian, and a fantastic friend. Years ago, we began our cooperation modestly, with patience, but we were ambitious. And I can say that after so many years, Jitesh Ladwa is in the Tanzanian business community the partner we contributed more to cooperation and investment between Tanzania and France, and we are proud of that. We were supported in those ambitions by His Excellency President Kikwete and the government of Tanzania and my government. We were supported by the Ladwa family, and I pay tribute. They are present to your mother, sister, and we remember your late father. We remember proudly of him. We were ambitious, and I think that today we must think that the key in our success was a happy triangle we built. The three parts were a proactive and visionary Tanzanian businessman, Jitesh Ladwa, support by our governments, by the government of Tanzania and the Embassy of France there, and a very proactive French company. I think that the three elements are necessary to continue and develop our relations and cooperation. You can work in economics without private sector, without businessmen. But the support of the state, the support of embassies are key to help French enterprise in this environment to find the right partners, to develop and to assume a new position. I think that this happy triangle is to work again with Jitesh, of course, and I hope with many more partners to make your mission, my dear Nabil, very successful. And I know that France has so many friends in Tanzania, continuously faithful and committed friends, that certainly we can continue to go forward together. And I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So the last few words will be from Erica. So please, Erica.
Your Excellency, Jakaya Kikwete, former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Your Excellency Nabil
Don't worry, Nabil will
We did practice, but not enough. The Ambassador of France to Tanzania, Honorable Mizengo Pinda, former Prime Minister of the United Republic of Tanzania, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, and distinguished guests, family and friends. Good evening. I'm very happy and moved to see so many of you here today to celebrate Jitesh being awarded with this prestigious award. However, I'm not surprised to see so many of you made it here, because to me, Jitesh has an amazing ability to make friends and to connect with people. And I believe this forms part of his core being and something that he inherited, in a sense, from his parents, and especially from his father, the late Nabil Hajlaoui. And I've known Jitesh for more than 10 years, and I've seen him work hard and succeed in so many ways and aspects of life, in building his businesses, in looking after his family and friends, and in enjoying life to the fullest. Jitesh never thinks that anything is impossible to achieve, and he doesn't see even the biggest obstacles as anything more than minor challenges that can be overcome. Jitesh is, sometimes to a fault, the most determined and positive person I've ever met. And I'm often in awe, although I don't like to admit it, of everything he manages to do, of how many responsibilities he upholds, and how he, most of the time, because he's still a human being, does it with calmness and joy. Over and above all of Jitesh's achievements in business and work, Jitesh is fundamentally a good human being who believes in being good and doing good. And Jitesh, I'm very proud of you, and I'm very happy to be here today to celebrate you receiving this prestigious award. And I feel privileged to have been part of this journey thus far.
Many thanks. Thank you, dear Erica. Before ending this ceremony, I want to say a few words that first for Jitesh. It's again an honor for us to have you here. and you are now, today, you are Chevalier. There are 2 more steps, officier and commander. So please continue. Long way to partner, to develop our relations, and good luck for the future. Second thing I wanted to add is, again, thank you for President Kikwete for his presence here, and also for all what he's done in the past to develop the bilateral relations between France and Tanzania. And the last word, I'll tell you this because I personally have lost my mother years ago. Thank you for your mother, Madam Ladwa, for all what you've done for your family. Thank you. Please enjoy the drinks, etc. And those that want to have a photo with the Chevalier now, thank you.